If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Courage faces fear and thereby masters it. Cowardice represses fear and is thereby mastered by it. Returning violence for violence multiplies violence. The silence of the good people is more dangerous than the brutality of the bad people. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. We must learn that to expect God to do everything while we do nothing is not faith, but superstition. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. The best way to solve any problem is to remove its cause. Courage is the power of the mind to overcome fear. A productive and happy life is not something you find. It is something you make. Peace is not simply the absence of conflict, but the existence of justice for all people. If you can't be a sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. The richer we have become materially, the poorer we become morally and spiritually. We have learned to fly in the air like birds and swim in the sea like fish, but we have not learned the simple art of living together as brothers. Perhaps the worst sin in life is knowing right and not doing it. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. We must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into friend. Life isn't worth living until you have found something worth dying for. To ignore evil is to become an accomplice to it. A riot is the language of the unheard. No work is insignificant. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity. People with good intentions but limited understanding are more dangerous than people with total ill will. It is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of high maturity to rise to the level of self-criticism. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must meet the forces of hate with the power of love. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. Whatever affects one directly, affects all indirectly. Nothing pains some people more than having to think. What you get with violence can be maintained only with violence. When you are right, you cannot be too radical. When you are wrong, you cannot be too conservative. Without justice, there can be no peace. The most dangerous criminal may be the man gifted with reason but with no morals. Means we use must be as pure as the ends we seek. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. When people get caught up with that which is right and they are willing to sacrifice for it, there is no stopping point short of victory. There is some good in the worst of us, and some evil in the best of us. Never, never be afraid to do what's right. The evils of capitalism are as real as the evils of militarism and the evils of racism. We cannot walk alone, and as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. We must be concerned not merely about who murdered them, but about the system, the way of life, and the philosophy which produced the murderers. Faith can give us courage to face the uncertainties of the future. Difficult and painful as it is, we must walk on in the days ahead with an audacious faith in the future. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. The strong man is the man who can stand up for his rights and not hit back. Everything that we see is a shadow cast by that which we do not see. No one is free until we are all free.